Hello, everybody. Welcome back here to the Commissioner's Office. Once again, my name is Austin Elliott, and I am happy to be your Commissioner. We just wrapped up Week 3 here in the NFL, and we're looking forward to Week 4. And it's an exciting time here in NFL world and fantasy. We have the Lions, who are undefeated after 3 weeks. They have a matchup here coming up against the Kansas City Chiefs, who I think that they fare pretty well against. Call me crazy, but I think they have a pretty good shot in this game. And we have some surprises like Antonio Brown. He's done playing football for the year, it looks like. He's enrolled at Central Michigan, so I guess we don't have to worry about his saga anymore. We have Melvin Gordon, who's coming back to play football for the Chargers. So once again, Inglourious Stafford's bad decision to drop him. It looks like it won't fare well for you. But once again, that's what separates bad owners from good owners. So we'll talk about the Week 3 matchups, give you the power rankings, and what I'm looking for in Week 4, so let's dive right into it. The matchup of the week was Patricia Militia versus Inglourious Staffords. This was a battle of the defeateds. Some team was going to get their first win here, and it looks like the Militia came out on top of a score 113-102. For the Inglourious Staffords, they had Cooper Kupp on their bench, 33 points. That's a shame. It's abysmal. This team does not know how to run itself. I mean, they're really running themselves in the ground by the decisions they're making. So, poor management from them. Militia, congratulations. They got their first win. I think this team is trending in the right direction, and they're going to have a good year. Next matchup, we had the Shirtless Pete Carrolls taking on the Y-Town Killer Bees. This was an 0-2 team playing a 2-0 team, and the Shirtless Pete Carrolls took it, a score of 155-28. Russell Wilson really helped him in that game, score big, so congratulations to Evan with Shirtless Pete Carrolls getting his first win there. This next matchup here was one that I was really looking forward to, and it disappointed, which was Southern Justice versus We Don't Kneel. I thought Southern Justice had a shot, and they did have a shot, until we all saw Saquon Barkley moving on his crutches at the end of the game to celebrate with his team, and that is a perfect picture of what Southern Justice boardroom was looking like at that point. They're walking on crutches. Their team is done. They have no support. Their number 1 draft pick is out. I think it'll be about an 8-week injury. I don't think he'll come back sooner than that because the Giants are trash. There's no reason to rush him back, and I think that Southern Justice, that's pretty much the nail in the coffin at that point. They just don't have the depth to be able to compete with teams like us. So really sad for them. They lost by 27 points, but We Don't Kneel with Christian McCaffrey and Travis Kelce playing how they play. They're a tough team to beat, so it's not looking good for Southern Justice, to say the least. Fourth matchup of the week, we had the Hotel Motel Galladay Inn versus 50 Shades of Slay. Loved this matchup as well, and it was closer to a 3-point game. Hats off to Jake Philbin. He made the right decisions, and Hotel Motel won. They are undefeated, which is surprising. Huge surprise there. But Mark Ingram really played well, helped him out. And 50 Shades of Slay, Anton, what are you doing? This is the 3rd week in a row that you have made the wrong decision. You got to play Valdez-Scantling in that situation. 22 points on your bench. You would have been floating, cruising to a victory, but you didn't. You got to do your homework. Last matchup I was really excited about. This was Team USA versus the Mud Dogs. This was a rematch of last year's championship game that Mud Dogs took. This year, not so fast. Team USA won by 6 points behind Alvin Kamara. Mud Dogs had Josh Jacobs with just an absolute lousy game. You have to get rid of that guy. I think that he is trash. I think anybody in our fantasy league would be a better running back than him. And once again, happy birthday to both of these men that played in this game, both Joe and Stephen Poet. Happy birthday. I was expecting this to be a close game, and it was, and I was really excited for it. And I think that USA finally got the revenge that they wanted. Obviously, not in the situation that they wanted it, but we'll see if these two teams meet later at the end of the year. So that's what I had for the Week 3 matchups. I'm going to get into the power rankings here and let you know how I'm feeling about each team. Coming in at the bottom of the barrel, the worst of the worst. The trash can of a team, Inglourious Staffords, run by Tyler Payne. This team is disappointing. I think that they ran their mouths quite a bit at the beginning of the season, and right now they have nothing to show for. They're 0-3 and about to be 0-4, possibly. I think that the choices that have been made by the owner have really put their team in a position to lose. I don't think that they're doing their homework. They're not looking at matchups. They're just a willy-nilly owner, and you got to be serious. You got to take some pride in your team. And I don't think this team has that. Number 9, 50 Shades of Slay. Another team that just needs to put the right guys in the right position at the right time, and they're not doing that. I don't know if they're not doing their homework. I don't know if they're just being lackadaisical with their lineups. But once again, this team has potential. They have good players, but they're not utilizing them at the right time. So I have them at the number 9 slot. Those are the only 2 teams left searching for a victory. Number 8, Southern Justice. I think last week I was pretty high on them, either 4 or 5 slot, but they came out with the loss, and their season is over with Saquon. I would right the ship on them. I mean, they're no good anymore. They don't have anybody that's going to put up over 10 points a game on their roster, so I have them in the number 8 slot. Next week they're probably going to be sitting number 10 because I just don't see them being able to compete with other teams as Saquon is sitting in a hospital bed. Number 7, congratulations, Evan. Had your first win of the year, so the Shirtless Pete Carrolls are coming in the number 7 slot. I think that this team has a lot of potential. They have, they drafted well. Obviously, the Antonio Brown situation hurts them, but I think that they have enough depth that, if they keep on the right track, they have no issue making the playoffs and potentially making a run. Right ahead of them at the number 6, we have Patricia Militia. They got their first win. Congratulations to them. I think this team is trending in the right direction. They have players that are finally playing well. They had Joe Mixon that didn't get 2 points like he did the first 2 weeks. So I think that they are going to be a team that, once again, is going to go far. But they have to win a few more games, and they have a tough schedule coming up here. Number 5 slot at the Y-Town Killer Bees. Once again, his first year at a ESPN Fantasy League. So congratulations to him. He's doing quite well. He came from that CBS league that seemed to crumble. But they have a lot of potential, and they started the year strong, 2-0, and obviously they dropped the past week here. But I think that they are going to be able to hang with the rest of us. Number 4, I have the Mud Dogs. Obviously, they lost that close game this week to give them their first loss. I think they have a lot of potential as well. I think they have good players on their team, but they have to get rid of Josh Jacobs because I don't think he's the answer. But, what do I know? Right ahead of them, I have number 3, Team USA. Congratulations. He moved ahead of the Mud Dogs with that victory over them. It was a slim victory, but it was a victory nonetheless. So congratulations to Team USA. He's still riding pretty hard on the whole Minnesota Vikings thing, so I don't know what's going to happen when they start getting shut down, because I think this team is going to get shut down as well. But right now I have them in the 3 slot. Number 2, We Don't Kneel. I think these 2 teams really separate themselves from the rest of the pack. But We Don't Kneel is playing to the best of anybody else, and I think that this team is going to go far. I don't know exactly what's going to happen this week because they have a very tough matchup. But as of right now, I think the second best team in our league. Number 1, once again, for 3 weeks in a row. I think originally at the beginning of the year, I had him in the number 10 slot with the worst draft. Hotel Motel Galladay Inn, Jake Philbin, keep doing what you're doing, man. You're putting players in the position to win. You drafted well. I didn't think so. I'll admit that I didn't think you drafted well, but you did. You keep putting your players in a position to win, and you are. You're winning. Undefeated up to this point, so congratulations to you. And we'll see exactly how long you can run the table for. Going on to look at Week 4, we have 2 matchups that I have pinpointed that I think are going to be the matchups of the week. We have Patricia Militia playing Outer Space, We Don't Kneel. The Militia is a 22-point dog in that, but I think that they're going to come fighting, scratching. I think the Militia are going to take this game. It's going to be exciting. I think it'll be a high-scoring game. And once again, I think Militia is going to win by about 4 to 5 points. The other game that I'm looking forward to is Inglorious Staffords versus the Y-Town Killer Bees. I think that if this owner takes a minute to look at his lineup, I think that he has a chance to beat the Y-Town Killer Bees. Inglorious Staffords is a 3-point underdog, and I think that Todd Gurley is going to have a big game this week. I'm expecting a lot out of him, so we'll see. Once again, I appreciate you all listening here, coming to the Commissioner's office. I look forward to Week 4 of the NFL. Any questions, feel free to give me a call. And once again, go Lions.